Hi. Does it say I'm broadcasting on anything now? Let's find out. So if I want to... Explanation isn't coming, but just wait. So if I go to younow.com/amazingphil, this is quite ironic because I spend quite a lot of time today emailing the guy from Younow. Oh, yep, it's Phil Lester on #DanIsNotOnFire. Good. Okay. Right. 3, 2, 1. Tweet. And there we go. So, the long and short of it, in case anybody was wondering why this is happening, I forgot my own Facebook password. And I spent so long trying to log into my Facebook that it thought I was hacking my own Facebook, and I have been temporarily suspended from my own Facebook account. Which is really, really impressive. That's great. Like, it's just been logged on always for... I mean, how long have I been doing this? 2.5 years. As if I've ever had to log into Facebook. It's just always logged in to Facebook. I don't remember deleting my internet history for any reason. So I go on and, yes, I have forgotten my own password, which was incredibly professional. I was also... Oh wait, I was going to be like 2 minutes late anyway because I was emailing a guy from Younow. Like, I keep sending people to the hip-hop tag where random people are just like rapping instead of me. I don't know why. Why is it DanIsNotOnFire ... So, there we go. All the people that are coming from the app will be incredibly confused, but that's fine. So, who saw... Phil's changed. I know, man. What's with the new face? Oh, wow. So if I accept these things, does Phil get points? Dick hug, said Emily. Thanks for that. Hi, Phil Lester. How are you doing? Fine. Get the llama hat. I don't see it in the immediate vicinity. I was so confused. Say hi to me. Hi. You would be late to your own funeral, probably. Yeah. Dan, my power went out. Is it just you looking at the light of your phone? If so, watching you now is probably the worst thing you could do for your own battery. It's not worth it. I'm not worth being your dying light source. Does this mean you're Dill Halter? In this moment, I am the combination. Could you say hello, Jane? Okay, cool. And I smell like beef, said Jocelyn. Great! So, hey everyone, how you doing? Who saw so many exciting things to talk about? Where do you want to start? Who saw what Phil just tweeted? I haven't actually seen what he tweeted. He just told me that he was going to. What is on Phil's profile? What a disgusting filter. I guess it makes it like Halloween-y. Wow, that's like a photo taken on the sun. Yes! Yes, me and Phil, after this very live show, are going to be filming something spooky in the kitchen. I'll let you go wild with conspiracy theories and speculation as to what that is. Who knows? It could be anything. A kitchen. Wow. I mean, that's just infinite possibilities, to be honest, isn't it? And that's going to be happening later. Cool. Can we watch it live? No, it's a YouTube video. Is it a... Oh, no, I'm not going to answer any questions on that. No questions on that. I don't even know if it's going to be uploaded. It's only the 22nd of October now. Don't get your hopes up yet. Save the hype. Save the hype. Wear your favourite hat. Where is my favourite hat? I don't know. I had a haircut, so my hair's going to behave for a while now. So, all the exciting things that have happened in the universe. How are you first? Tell me how you're doing in one word. Shoot. I'm on 36 battery. That's really worrying. I'm ill. Horrible. Tired. Great. Ugly. Shit. Emo. Fabulous. Amazing. Great. Apathetic. Fabulous. Wanderlust. Goth. Pink-haired. Horny. Doing poetry. Gay. Shit. Sneezy. Crappy. Ugh. Fabulous. And placenta. Great, the entire spectrum of human emotion then. Good. So shouldn't cater to any particular emotional mood right now. Look at the lighting change when I turn on my desk lamp. That is crazy. And a waste of electricity. I'll turn that off. Fluffy turkey. Great. So, Who saw the video that me and Phil uploaded last night at like midnight when we finished doing it? We had like a 13-hour day yesterday, and we got back, and Phil was like, let's edit the gaming channel video tomorrow, it's too late. And I was like, no, it's been a week, I'm doing it now. So, yes, I did stay up till 1 AM editing a Tekken video, and it was worth it. Go watch it. youtube.com/TanifulGames. Please. I should have tweeted it again. Maybe I can do that after this. I should retweet Phil's thing. Am I logged onto my own Twitter account? I feel so insecure about all my login details. I think I retweeted that as Dan, and also my other profile that I've forgotten the password for. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Great. Fab. I wanted the next videos that I want to do on the gaming channel. I want to just do like a boring one, kind of like. There's a lot of, obviously, you know, especially when you're new to the gaming channel thing. A lot of people are kind of looking at you like, so what's the content gonna be? Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be funny? Is it gonna be crap? Is it just gonna be playing what everyone else is playing? So me and Phil really wanted to make sure that every video was very entertaining. But it's so intense, accidentally, like, a Dan versus Phil, I mean, I guess that'll get intense, and then a gaming handicap, I guess that'll be intense, like Tekken with the Feet and the Portal, but then even just the games that we're playing, I mean, Dill's quite relaxing, I mean, it's quite emotionally stressful seeing him get rejected by people in a park after 5-hour games of chess, but certainly Donkey Kong is a very intense experience. I might just do chess for the next video. I might just sleep on the couch in the background. I'll think about it. But then Spooky Week is coming up. Maybe we should play some spooky games. I'll probably tweet about that tomorrow, because I think me and Phil will want to play some spooky games for Spooky Halloween Week, but we'll play the ones that you guys want us to play. I want to play the good ones. I don't, you know, like, the thing is, everyone talks about Slender, but my friends say, like, obviously Slender was a huge thing, and it's, you know, occasionally scary, but as a game it's not that great. As opposed to, like, Silent Hill 2, so we'll say. Outlast is, I don't know, Outlast just seems like a bit violent and random. I want something that's just, like, not necessarily violent or jump scary, but really just, like, fundamentally terrifying, because there's a lot of games that I haven't even looked at. I haven't watched a single Slender video or Amnesia video, because I thought one day I'll have a gaming channel and I'll film it, and I didn't want any spoilers. Maybe Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah, we'll talk about that. The new Silent Hill demo, yes Rachel, I wanted to do that. I really like, you know, once me and Phil feel like we've established our credibility as people that don't want to just jump on bandwagons, we do want to play some new games, and I would have loved to have played that Silent Hill demo as soon as it came out, because that is right up our street. Alas, we missed that one. Fortunately, there is the entire rest of time for us to play new games. Amnesia sucks, don't play it. Okay, let's stop talking about games. What do people that don't like games have an interest in? Nick Jonas. Probably. Wild bet. The Teen Awards. That was... Who's blogging me? Rude. Facebook Messenger. Who watched the Teen Awards? Hopefully all of you. Oh, apparently Lalachi_1 is the #1 fan. Great. Sean, I'm sad. Cheer me up. These chats will. So yeah. Teen Awards. What did you think? That was fun, wasn't it? It was a good time. Good time had by all. The night before... because me and Phil we spent a lot of work went into that. I mean, we had days and days of meetings with the TV production people and Radio 1 and just ourselves brainstorming everything, and then we had to go in for an entire day of rehearsal the day before, and we got back at like midnight, and we were awake at midnight. We just got in and sat on the sofa, and we felt like Katniss before the Hunger Games, the night before the Quarter Quell. It was like, we're going to sleep, and then in the morning, the reckoning is happening. But I think we survived. It was pretty fun, wasn't it? Can I play the piano? Badly. Hashtag dick. God. Why didn't I realise that on the day? Are you kidding me? Dan and Nick. How didn't I realise? Oh man. What did I set myself up for? So what do you want to know about the Teen Awards generally? It was a pretty fun day. A lot of stuff happened. Brand new, he ships dick. Great, thanks. How was Ariana? Ariana's great. Ariana's great. Like, a lot of people, you know, say that she has this reputation of being a diva, but she's really, really nice. She's a bit too nice. She's a bit intimidatingly nice. She's the sort of person that wants to make the other person not feel awkward at all. So me and Phil stood there like, hey Ariana Grande, how are you? And she'll be like, hi, hug, touching your shirt, poking your face. She loves to touch everybody and singing constantly. I was like, we need 10 seconds of silence before Grimmy tells us to talk, otherwise we're going to miss our cue. And she was just stood there just singing to herself, and I was like, okay, this is going to go great. Your height difference, yeah, she is quite short and I'm quite fun. Phil's drawing was terrible. And Phil's attempt at drawing Ariana Grande's ponytail looked a bit dodgy, didn't it, to be honest? A bit suspicious, that one. Maisie Williams, she was really nice. Who else do we speak to? Vamps, cool dudes. I feel sorry for making James attempt to, was it Connor, guess the massage head lady emoji. That was a bit terrible, choice-wise. Who's the nicest person you met? You know what, I might say Nick. Nick is a very strange character. Like, I'm sure we all saw the photos and the interviews where he was like, I want people to do it to my new music. And I was like, wow, he sounds really extroverted and outgoing and loud. But then you meet Nick Jonas in person and he's just like, hey, yeah, sure. Okay. Silence. Really, like, it looked like there was a kind of deep, profound sadness behind his eyes. But I don't think he was sad. I just think he's like he just looked so contemplative all the time. There was a period where we were watching Rixton perform before we did our thing with him on the couch, where we did the 7-second challenge, where we were just sat on the sofa with him for like 10 minutes. This was after the award. And the whole time he was just like completely still. And I was like, you're so deep. You just sat there and you're completely... Because, you know, it's one thing, you know, like, Ariana Grande is so nice, but, you know, fucking crazy in the best way possible. Like, I'm really tall. I guess you know that. I'm like a beanpole, and that means that I have a really terrible centre of balance, because I'm like someone shorter who has like a contained centre of gravity more towards the earth. The longer someone is, the easier they are to push over. So I fall over really easily because I'm so tall. I have terrible balance. And I was just stood there, and Ariana was saying like, oh, I've been doing promo in Europe for 2 months and I'm so tired, I just want to go to sleep. And then she banged her head against my chest, which it's brave to just presume that you can invade someone's personal bubble. I bet she's freaked out some people doing that. I swear to God, I nearly fell over. I had to use all of the kind of weird feeling the muscles in my leg bones tilting me forward as hard as I could to, like, her just banging her forehead against me. I nearly fell over. And if I fell over, that would have been the end of my career. It was a near-death experience. It could have been really terrible. So feel sorry for tall people, because if you sneeze on them, they could probably fall down the stairs, to be honest. But yeah, Nick, such a mysterious guy. Really cool. But seriously though, we found out, because we knew Nick was coming to the awards, but we didn't know, because who did we do it with last year? The Vamps. And then my editor was like, I was like, who are we doing it with again? The Vamps. And they were like, oh, you're doing it with Nick. And I was like, we're presenting the award with Nick? No. Whose idea was that? What a terrible idea this was. Please, anyone other than Nick Jonas. Great for the self-esteem. But it was fun. Could you feel his muscles under the shirt? Yeah, I could practically feel each one of his 120 pack abs rippling against my chest during that embrace. Great, fine, fabulous, amazing. Yeah, that was fun. And then our radio show on Monday. Did you like that? We thought, because the one we did last year was basically we just played all the games, but we thought we could basically just talk about what happened, all of the awkward stories, which might be a bit better. And it's on iPlayer. How exciting! For the first time ever, I don't know if you can watch the radio show worldwide, but I think BBC iPlayer only works for the people in the UK or using some illegal, non-endorsed proxy server. But you can watch our whole radio show on BBC iPlayer, and it was featured today. How exciting, fangirled, watched it on the TV, it was exciting. I texted my grandma and I was like, Grandma, I don't have to ask you to get on your Mac and open Safari and go to www. something, just you know how to iPlayer, watch the show. So that was exciting. It was a good time. I hope you guys liked the lols. It meant that we didn't upload anything on our gaming channel for a week, but you know, me and Phil can't do everything. If we were just YouTubers and only YouTubers, I'm sure we could pump out a million tons of videos, but we like being varied. It's more fun. Hype, Phil Imposter. Yep. Well, how long does this last for, being blocked out of your Facebook account? Because that's going to be really inconvenient if I can't... what else is attached to Facebook? Instagram? I have no idea. Hopefully before next Tuesday, forever. Yeah, thanks, Emily, forever. Great. 24 hours. Okay, hopefully. Spooky, scary skeletons. Have you seen the PewDiePie Fabulizer? I have. How amazing was that? Have you seen... We were in 2 Felix videos this week. I feel absolutely #blessed. Very nice of him. Did you see them? There was the first one... What was that? The drawing fan fiction. that was absolutely terrible. That was a very funny video though. I love that. It was quite horrifying, but funny. And then the Fabulizer. Amazing. Yeah, if you haven't seen, just go to PewDiePie. You know who that guy is, PewDiePie? Have you heard of him? Watch the video. Pretty funny. I look like a... What was it? I look like a sad penis. Was that what it was? Amazing. It was actually like he has disturbingly creative and amazing Photoshop skills. I was like, oh, what's he gonna do? Okay, swap the faces. That's a... Oh, acting 1 chin, 2 chin. Oh no. Oh god, this is horrifying. It was really quite nightmarish. I could just go as that for Halloween. No spoilers. Okay. New Dad is Not on Fire video. Yeah, I might make a spooky one. I don't know if it'll be Halloween. Might just be about scary things. They'll be seasonally appropriate. When should I do that? I was thinking I could upload a video like the end of this week and then one after, but then if I upload a spooky video on Halloween, as soon as November starts, everyone's completely over it. So I'll probably upload it early next week. So it's like the relevant week of spookiness before people instantly stop giving a crap at the start of November. I have an exam in 30 minutes, wish me luck. You should be cramming, not watching me, Tay Jane. Burning up for Nick. Oh yeah. How was your day? Day's pretty good. Spent most of it decorating the kitchen for Phil. And it's amazing. Good. I'm so excited. Am I excited to film the video, or am I just excited to eat the cupcakes? Although my Jimmy's got supremely rustled by the article incident this morning. Woof. Oh, did my Jimmy's get rustled? Not that I want to talk about anything controversial in a live show, because as I've said, it's the most waffliest, least articulate way to ever talk about anything where you could be taken out of context. Why is everyone saying spoilers? Oh. Nah, I mean, it's not... Everyone's saying spoiler. You'll have to... There's surprises. Surprises. Wait. Don't worry. Not as simple as a simple C word. You'll see. S Club 7 is reuniting. Yeah, what is up with that? What is up with that? I mean, are you happy? None of you were even alive when S Club 7 were a thing. I was 8 when I watched the S Club 7 shows on CBBC. So most of you, like half of you, what's my analytics? Like at least a third of you probably weren't alive. I was 7. I'm 27. I was. You were. If you're 27, you were around for S Club 7. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of excited, although it's a bit weird. I mean, we all look back at things that we were fond of in our childhood and have really like beautiful, nostalgic, perfect memories. Do we really want to see what they look like now? Now that they're all kind of washed up, what have they been doing for the last 10 years? Do we want to know? Do we really want to know what S Club 7 looks like now? Will it be really, really sad? Let's see. It worked out for Take That, didn't it? They turned into Fine Young Gentlemen. Who else is so excited for One Direction to be Take That? Do you reckon they'll last that long? Do you reckon... I don't think any of One Direction are going to be a Robbie. Who do you reckon... Who's most likely out of One Direction to have a solo career? I can imagine Niall bringing out an acoustic album. I can imagine... Liam is so Gary Barlow, isn't he? Liam... everyone says Harry. Really? I reckon Niall would have, like, an acoustic album. I reckon Liam just wants to be Gary Barlow and Michael Bublé. It's so clear. And, like, Harry, maybe, you know... I'd love to see some solo Harry. I reckon he'd be right up the indie thing, wouldn't he? I can't decide, like, what would Zayn's solo music sound like? Would it sound like Chris Brown, or would it sound like Naughty Boy? Where's he at these days? Michael Bubble, I call him. You say I reckon a lot. Yeah, I know, it's, what's the technical term for the really lazy things that you use to fill gap in speech? It's because I'm just sat here waffling on the spot. So I say things like, I reckon, yeah, like, I reckon, yeah. A verbal crutch, yes, thank you. A placeholder, a placeholder, a filler, a colloquialism. Wow. Zayn would have a model career. I'm personally sad that Zayn doesn't already have a model career. I mean, he has a lot of nice photos taken for One Direction, but I think we'd all want to see Zayn in a Dior campaign or something. It's the photos that the world needs to see. Please say Nicholas. There we go. Darren, this is urgent. Say hi to Lydia P. Hi, Lydia P. Why was that urgent? Were you going to die if I didn't say it? Hopefully I saved your life. Waffling? Now I want a flipping waffle. It's too late for a waffle, I think, says the guy that's about to consume a ton of sugar. A member of S Club 7 follows me. Literally gel. I think. You're so 1D AF. I know. I can't stop. We all know that. It's never too late for a waffle. Sorry. I'm going to die if you don't say Mo. Or is it Moe? Moe, a.k.a. feels in Japanese. Have I spoken to you about this? About how anime culture had, like, definitions for everything before, like, the Tumblr fandom explosion happened. Before we had feels, they had Moe. Before we had fangirls, they had... What is it? Otaku? Before they had creepy perverted shippers, they had Fujoshi, which means rotten girl. Girls with the rotten morals. How dare they be into all the hot manga yaois out there. I like that it's literally called rotten. Like, Japan definitely thinks it's not okay. Oh, we're so behind, aren't we? It's never too late for waffles. I know. I've clearly got the wrong attitude. Where in Canada did you went to? Where did I went to in Canada? Near the border, I think. I don't remember trekking 1,000 miles through it on my north-to-south road trip to Florida when I was 5. I remember it took 3 days to drive from Canada to... I mean, I was 5, so I don't remember any of it, but I remember it was long-ting. Moving to London, what to expect? It's cool. It's busy. It's not got, like, that many... Well, I mean, I guess if you go to, like, Leicester Square, it's cool. It's nice. I don't think I'd prefer to live anywhere else. Niagara Falls. It was probably near Niagara Falls. Dan, say Harley. Harley. Long ting, really, Dan. Oh, dear. Calm down. Top 10 fears for Halloween vid. I might do a less BuzzFeedy sounding interpretation of that. I'm not one for lists. I'm very cynical. You guys know how cynical I am. There's this, I'm tempting the shit out of fate by rocking on this chair, aren't I? Sorry if I'm giving any of you crippling anxiety. Thanks for liking my hair. Is England like New York? London is like New York, but New York has taller buildings and is British. it's got a mildly similar vibe. You know, as much as you can compare two cities, maybe it's closer to some European cities actually. Talk about the feet video. Can you actually believe that we did that? Me and Phil sat down before we filmed that gaming video we uploaded last night, and we were saying we probably won't be able to do this. We're probably going to have to film for an hour and a half, and we'll just have to kind of edit in the funniest attempts and then just say it's impossible and end it. We were like, is this a good idea? It's never going to work. And then, you know, no spoilers, but are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How good was I? It was incredibly painful. If we had the controller on the floor and we were using the power of gravity, it would have been so much better. But no, we had to do the freaking, like, knees to the chest thing. Basically exercise. I didn't make a gaming channel because I wanted to do exercise. It's the opposite, to be honest. Hello, Sophie. Not feet cam, crotch cam. It was crotch cam, wasn't it? I mean, really, yeah. I was like, hey Phil, should I? Yeah, everyone's pointing it out. Yeah, like Phil, I was gonna tweet before. This video I'm uploading probably has the most amount of unintentional crotch I've ever uploaded to the internet, and Phil was like, don't tweet that, don't draw attention to it, and I was like, people are going to notice whether I tweet this or not. I was like, don't draw extra attention to it just in case. I was like, okay. But it was, wasn't it? Thanks, Steph. You're in such seductive, really? Really? When you stop talking, you start singing. I do. Fanaconda 2.0. We basically fueled an entire another video, didn't we? Oops. Birthing positions. Yeah, we did look like we were ready to push out a life, didn't we? Do I like sheep? Sure. Why not? Spotify update. I don't think what have I been listening to recently? Has it been on Spotify? IDK. What am I listening to now? Doesn't say. Okay. That doesn't count. I think, what would I be listening to? Songs, albums, recently added. Ah, yep. Very relatable. I'm sure lots of you guys, does he even see this, said Audrey Rosemerk. Yes, I am reading the chat. The music I have been listening to non-stop this week is the brand new EP from a rapper called Vince Staples, who I discovered for featuring on a couple songs by Earl Sweatshirt and being generally incredible. And then on a couple blogs I follow and stuff, I heard a lot of hype about this guy, and he's released his first EP, his first major label release, if you will, and it's amazing. Like, without boring you too much, he's a really great guy whose personality I just like. Everyone loves him, and God, he's so cool and intelligent and meaningful. And the quality of the production is just absolutely insane, like ridiculous. I'd say it's even better than Earl Sweatshirt's album, just the production of it. I have no idea who the hell his label hooked him up with to make this EP, but the production is amazing. Like, it's completely, it's not like Odd Future, which sounds, you know, like slightly amateurish. It sounds completely professional, and like a lot of money has gone into it, but it sounds new and interesting. It's not just like, you know, generic J-rock sounding stuff. It sounds so cool and future and perfectly West Coast. It's like, oh, great. Got best new music on Pitchfork. I was very happy for him. He needs the promo. That's what I've been listening to. Glad you asked, aren't you? Have I played Dragon Age? I haven't. The game. Thanks, person with no name. Say hi, Lydia. Hi, Lydia. TBH, I need a playlist from you. Yeah, I feel bad about playlists, because you know how pernickety I am with my Tumblr, in that I hardly ever reblog stuff, because every time I reblog a sequence of things, it's taken me 4 hours to find 20 images and then order them by their colour scheme, so my Tumblr flows from like a smooth rainbow from like a bunch of black and white pictures into a bunch of slightly blue pictures into a bunch of orange pictures. If I did a playlist, it would be exactly the same. I would obsess over it. I would not. It would take me months to make a playlist for any reason. Maybe one day, I would just do like a song of the day or something I should tweet. There's a bunch of stuff I wish I was doing. Not just like a song of the day, like when I randomly want to tweet some music to let people know what I'm listening to, or even YouTube videos. I've said this, haven't I said this for so long that I wanted to make a playlist of the random stupid videos I'm watching on YouTube, because every now and then I will tweet I smell like beef, or a Shiba Inu that looks like Satan, but like you, I watch a lot of weird random crap on YouTube, and I'd love to put it into a playlist. That's OCD, Dan. It's not actually OCD. That's one of those things where it's probably slightly offensive to people that actually have OCD to say, I'm totally OCD with my Tumblr because of the colours. No, you know, maybe it's the same thing and I've got like 1% of it, but OCD is a real problem for the people that have it, that I don't want to trivialise by comparing my Tumblr colour scheme to it. How are Phil's plans? Bloody plants. So I get home, right, a random day, and there's this, I'm sure you've seen it on Phil's Twitter, this giant plant in our hallway, and to be fair, we needed something in that corner. And we have no plants. We have no plants. I wanted a bonsai tree. Didn't happen because I got way too overwhelmed by the choice. But before we just had like the Hoover in the corner and it looked incredibly ugly. So that plant looks good in there, but he didn't ask me whether I wanted to take on the responsibility of watering something to keep me alive. So if Phil, you know, has this plant and doesn't water it and it dies, not my fault, okay? You know, we've all seen what I'm like with dill. Don't want to risk it with a plant. So then, I'm out this afternoon, I come back home, and no way, I come into the lounge, and there is just another plant just in the corner of the room, and I'm like, what? So then I go into Phil's bedroom, and he's sat on his bed, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me you ordered a plant? Like, surely you must have ordered this plant, like, 5 days ago, and it's been in the post. Why didn't you tell me you were just getting a plant, and now you've potted it, put a little thermometer in it and just inserted it onto our thing? Great. Phil's a plant guy now. Who knows when he's going to stop? I'm worried that it's going to be like Sorcerer's Apprentice, and if I don't do something drastic, it'll just, the entire house will just become overrun with plants. Dan, are you artistic? Artistic. Define artistic. Is the writing of my videos art? Or do you mean drawing? Because if you mean drawing, I can't draw for crap. I'm really terrible at drawing and painting and the general kind of, you know, traditional definition of art. Don't have that skill whatsoever. Can you make a spooky Phil is not on fire? No, the theme of Phil is not on fire is the whiskers. Is always the whiskers. My dad is chili obsessed. Please help. Oh dear. Jungle House. Yeah, Jungle House. That'd be good. It'd just be like the Eden Project. Have you guys been to the Eden Project? That's cool. Don't burn down the house tonight. What with the whatever we're doing in the kitchen? Well, I have amazing video skills. Do you, Emily? Wow, Sorcerer's Apprentice. That's nostalgic. It is. Was Sorcerer's Apprentice part of Fantasia? Was it? God, Fantasia was terrifying. I used to watch it all the time. I had Fantasia on tape. Constantly watch it. But it was so, like, you know the, I can't remember what it's called, but the one with Satan, you know the time Disney literally drew Satan, and then a bunch of people, cultists in white cloaks came and summoned it away, and they had all the demons and skeletons dancing in like a freaking volcano or whatever. That was terrifying. Night on Bald Mountain. Thank you, Luca. Yes, Night on Bald Mountain. Terrifying. How many actual nightmares did that give me as a child? A lot. But because I was like 4 or 6 or 7 or however old I was, I, for some reason, couldn't articulate it to my grandma. Hey, maybe you should not play that to me, or at least fast forward through it, because it's incredibly disturbing. But then it's not just that, it's like, the whole thing's kind of upsetting. Like, the one with the dinosaurs, where it gets all apocalyptic, and the dinosaurs are like, I was like, this is really stressful. I'm watching all of these dinosaurs just trying to avoid death. and yeah, the animation's incredible, and the music is, classic, and it's, changing my life or whatever, but stressful. And then even the underwater one was just spooky, wasn't it? With those goldfish, the underwater one is spooky. And then the hippos, the hippo thing? God, like, Fantasia was just like a freaking acid trip. So weird. Weird. So weird. How can you just show that to your 5-year-old? It is so weird. It is the weirdest, messed up, random thing. I know the hippos are amazing, but it's just like... It's like Clockwork Orange. You've got your eyes strapped open and you're just seeing this absolutely random blast of a million different things. Like a fish 1 second, dinosaurs another second, Mickey Mouse, Satan, hippo in a tutu. It's too much all at once. But great. One of the best things ever, isn't it, to be honest? Oh, I want to listen to the music from Fantasia now. And it was spooky even at the start, because it was like so old when the composer, because it was all in silhouettes, and it was a bit strange. And I didn't really understand who those people were or what they were talking about, because I was too young to understand what the composers were saying about, like, hey, we've got a bunch of classical music and now we're going to animate it, cool, enjoy. I just found the whole thing really weird. And like, the whole Fantasia, weird. There we go. End of story. The one with the flying wet, oh god. Whole thing. Does Phil actually bite his controller? Yeah, he chews PlayStation controllers. You have nice video skills. Oh, thank. I was like, why did you send me a message complimenting yourself? That makes more sense. Thoughts on The Walking Dead recently? That pilot episode, is it called a pilot? No, it's season premiere, I guess. Amazing. God, that first episode of the new season of The Walking Dead, that is all I need from that show. It is everything, it could be more maybe, but that, frankly, I'd be happy if that was it. Because the thing with The Walking Dead, it needs to be violent, it needs to be scary, it needs to make you afraid yourself and afraid for the characters that you love, not just of the zombies, but it really needs to define everything that's terrible about human nature in the face of a crisis, because there's two evils. There's humanity and the monsters themselves, and it touched on, it had themes. It wasn't just an episode of a show, it had themes. It was like life and death and birth, and oh my god, it was so great. And just like, without spoiling anything, the kind of backstory of the people of Terminus, perfection, everything. It said absolutely perfect zombie apocalypse, thematic analysis of how people abandon hope and lose their moralities just to survive. Survival, the key theme of a show about survival. Great. I ended up and I was like 9 out of 10. Don't know if it was perfect. It all happened during the. Could have been a bit more. Stylish visually. Phil went 10 out of 10. I'm like, what did you think of the first episode, Phil? I went 10 out of 10. I was like, okay, Phil's review, 10 out of 10. Like, isn't Carol the best character in the show? Man, she only does the right thing. Sorry if you don't watch The Walking Dead. Anyone that has any moral issues with Carol, no. You need Carol. Rick, he's a chicken sometimes. Sometimes Rick's a badass and he's the guy that you need him to be. But then sometimes he's like, I just wanted to plant the vegetables. Mental breakdown scene that goes tomorrow. Not Carol. Carol is the hero that you need. Not the one that you deserve. Right? Michonne better than Carol. Michonne's badass, but Carol, I don't know, man. God. There were really great episodes last season, like the one with the cabin and the girls, my favourite episode of The Walking Dead, maybe. The one that had Oats on the Water, the Ben Howard song, in it, when Carl and Rick were shooting all the zombies. That made me buy Ben Howard's Bear Island EP, because I loved it so much. That's really good. Like, I'm not often entirely in the mood for like happy acoustic guitars, because I like music that's like sad and stuff, but Ben Howard's the Burr Island EP with the 4 songs on it, they're really cool. I love those songs. But isn't he amazing generally? Like the live lounges that he does for Radio 1 corporate promo are good. What was the song he did the interpretation of recently that was life-changing? He's a good guy, isn't he, Ben Howard? Great. Can you talk about American Horror Story? American Horror Story. Want some opinions on that? Yeah, like, it's still visually the best thing ever. Isn't it? And the cast is still amazing. I just, I wish it was darker and scarier. A lot of it's happened at daytime. I wish we got to see a freak show with a full audience just once. I really, I wanted the bad guys of the show to be the freaks, kind of. They're kind of the good guys, and I appreciate the whole, freaks are the underdogs of society thing. But when I heard about it, I wanted loads of effed up stuff to happen in the carnival ground at nighttime, and it's kind of like only the clown is doing the really messed up stuff. Amazing, and the development with the friend that the clown made, amazing. The whole episode, I was like, I want this to happen, and when the partnership happened, I was like, yes. But I will leave it to mature, because the first season definitely grew on me, and Asylum, it's 9 episodes in that I was like, this has changed my life. So I will give Freak Show more time. It's still so much better than most things, and it's so unique and brilliantly made that American Horror Story is still one of the absolute best things just because of how amazing it is. I think I just wish it was in the first couple episodes a bit darker, but it remains to be seen what happens in the rest of the season. Who knows? We should really refrain giving opinions, because I'm sure when Coven was happening, a lot of people were they weren't sure about it, but in hindsight, when I look back on Coven, I was like, I'm so glad that existed. What an amazing thing American Horror Story Coven was. Oh my god, what a bunch of incredible characters, and it was so cool. So, yeah. Still loving the Ryan Murphys. Can you believe that the same guy that did Glee does American Horror Story? Yeah. Do the Silent Hill demo, it's so good. Okay, maybe I will. I might do... Me and Phil, we meant to do this. Me and Phil had, a plan of specific gaming videos we wanted to make on certain days as kind of the launch fortnight of our channel. And we were going to stick to it, but then it just fell apart because we got advice from a few gaming YouTuber friends of ours that were like, don't do 16 different games in the first 2 weeks, do 4 different games because people really like series. And I think that's true, actually. I think you guys would prefer we did the kind of 4 or 5 Donkey Kong videos that we did and then moved on to a new game, as opposed to new game, new game, new game, new game, new game, new game, because especially those of you guys that don't really give a crap about the games but are really more about, just watching me and Phil have fun, you would probably benefit from getting used to what the hell Donkey Kong or Bishi Bashi is, which is why series are good, so we did that. But we were going to do some videos separately, Phil really wants to do apps, because Phil is he gets quite obsessed with random apps, so he really wants to do those. And there's certain games that Phil has no interest in that I have an interest in, so we'd love to do separate things this week, and then I can do a spooky one, because Phil's going away this weekend, so we're filming a bunch of videos now. So in preparation for Spooky Week, I might play a game by myself alone in the house at 3 AM in complete darkness and see if I start crying. Because when people play horror games during the day, I'm like, you're not doing it right. I need full immersion. When I do spooky games, I'm gonna make myself alone in the house at 4 AM. I'm gonna leave all the doors open, apart from the front door, and then turn off the light. I don't know if I'd wear headphones, because that's just no, I couldn't tolerate that. I wouldn't wear headphones full stop if I was alone in the house, for reasons I'm sure you guys would understand. But yeah. How scary do you think American Horror Story and The Walking Dead are? Lots of people say how good they are, but I don't know. Good question. I don't find The Walking Dead scary because I don't find zombies scary. It's gross and very violent. There's a lot of, zombie violence of heads being chopped off and arms being chopped off. It depends how desensitized to that you are. That doesn't bother me. It's only, you know, when I see something that's incredibly violent, it usually makes me go like, ah! And usually it's horrible, but because I know it's fake, it doesn't bother me. So I'm not really scared by The Walking Dead, but when a character that you've grown to love is in mortal danger, it's very stressful. I have some friends that aren't necessarily scared of certain things, but they don't like watching certain TV shows just because it's too emotionally intense for them. So if you don't think you're scared of zombies, if you don't think that you're desensitized to violence, The Walking Dead isn't very scary. There's very few jump scares. It's really more about the drama of humans surviving. So it just depends, you know, how much violence you can stomach against people wearing makeup. An American Horror Story is sometimes scary, but it's like the show is so theatrical. I don't know, like it's a bit scary. Like the first season is scary, but then you think it's scarier than it is because you start watching American Horror Story and you're like, spooky show, stressful, don't go in the basement, and then you know, I don't want to say it's the gayest show on TV, because that sounds like I'm making a lot of generalization things, but that's just something that other people say. I'd say it's a very theatrical show. Yeah, it's not like super serious. So once you know all the cast, it's hard to find it scary. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. Try it. I had a friend, one of my best friends, I tried to convince her to start watching the first episode of the second season of American Horror Story Asylum, and she said it was too scary and just nope. She was like, why are you making me watch this? And I was like, trust me, it's great. It's my favourite show. Watch it. And she was just like, no, I'm going home. I was like, don't leave. She was like, no, it's too scary. Does it gross you out? Not really. Play games with good graphics. Hey, we play Sims and Donkey Kong, and we played Halo. They're all modern. It's only Bishy Bashy and the 2 fighting games that we played. It's just, especially when it comes to fighting games, I guess we could have played the new Mortal Kombat. And when we were going to do that first Dan vs. Phil video, I was like, let's do the new Mortal Kombat. But then Phil said, no, we need to do the old one because of animalities. And, you know, maybe it would have been more current and engaging for some of you guys if it had the good graphics. But those animalities, I am happy with the choice that Phil made. Dan, say hi. Hello, Eleanor. What am I singing? Spooky, Scary Skeletons. Yeah, that's going to be in my head forever, I think. The Last of Us. Yeah, that'll happen at some point, maybe. It's one of the most demanded Let's Plays. Maybe that'll be a Just Dan thing. Maybe it'll be a Dan and Phil thing, who knows. Play board games. We've debated this, but we were like, how can we make board games funny? Like, I'm sure we can play Scrabble and be really over-dramatic, and maybe that'll be funny, but we'd want to play our favourite games like King of Tokyo, or Settlers of Catan, or the Game of Thrones board game, but then it's like, how do you, like, especially Catan and the Game of Thrones board game, it's like, how do you film a board game that takes an hour to play and make it funny? Because the thing is with the gaming videos that you guys might find interesting is like the difference in the kinds of audience. I'm not saying that certain people are more casual or care less about us than the others. I guess it's the people that it's down to your kind of sense of humor and attention span, but then also whether you are interested in games or not. In that, if we did a long Let's Play of something, I think a lot of you guys would really like something that's just kind of like really long sessions of hanging out, like a 20 episode Let's Play chronicling a game. I think a lot of you guys would really enjoy just spending time. But then a lot of the people with the shorter attention spans, which is fine, would find that really boring, so they want to see the videos like the Donkey Kongs or the Bishy Bashies, where even though it's a series, we can make all of them entertaining. So we'll definitely do something like that, but we're wary that, you know, to say we have a brand new channel, like, some of our videos having like 800,000 views is ridiculous. Like, the monthly views on the gaming channel is almost competing with our, because of the amount of videos, but not that it's all about the views, but, you know, we want it to be successful. We don't want to We don't want to make anyone bored right at the start. But just so you know, we're definitely at some point, but we'll do it right. We'll make the right decisions. Live stream it. Yeah, I was thinking that. What could I stream on Twitch, maybe? I was thinking I could... How are the Y3 sneakers? I haven't got them yet. If you saw some other black sneakers in my room on Tumblr, there's some other ones. I got an email that was saying they're coming in the post today. I'm so excited. I'm going to punch myself in the face when I can finally go outside looking like the cybergoth ninja that I've always dreamed of. Snapchat. Nope, don't have a reason. Yeah, okay. So, oh, it's 10. Phil? Did you want to film whatever we're going to do in the kitchen? Spoilers. Soon. Okay. Right, I think Phil will probably want to film a video. Even though we film every video we ever make at literally 3 AM. Because that's just when our energy levels peak. Because I'm freaking nocturnal. And a weirdo. I'm not going to get Phil. I think he's probably putting a camera in the kitchen. Okay. So... watch our video that we put on our gaming channel yesterday. Look forward to a new one. I'll convince Phil to do one by himself. Look forward to whatever we're filming in the kitchen. Look forward to whatever I film and upload for Spooky Week. Look forward to all of the spooky gaming videos. And the Dan and Phil November tradition will be coming vaguely soon. Whatever that is. So look forward to that. I hope you enjoyed the Teen Awards. If you missed the Teen Awards and you want to see what we did, you can watch the actual Teen Awards themselves, which have all of the games that we played on iPlayer, and you can watch our Teen Awards radio show, which has us like lolling about all the stupid things. And they're both on iPlayer, so you can watch that on the bus or whatever. Hope you guys are good. Have a good time. Look forward to the videos. Sorry to anyone that was confused as to why I'm on Phil's account. Hopefully, Facebook will unlock me from my own account, and I can do it on Dan next time. Okay. Bye, guys.